Kody Brown's apology tour is actually being marketed by TLC as an apology tour. Yes, that's right. They even have a poster highlighting the dates of when he will be in the different areas for the apologies. Next week, it's all about Janelle. 2 weeks in a row, it's all about Christine. And then the final week, it's all about Mary. Yeah. So, the next 4 weeks are Kody and apologies. Now, a lot of you were skeptical about this and you said, oh, it's just a storyline. It is. It's absolutely a storyline. I mean, let's explain why TLC is desperate to get this family to have some level of healing because fans are bored. Bored because no one is connecting with Kody anymore. And so, what does TLC want to do? They want to just ignore that the women are happy and away from Kody. And instead, they want to get them together to cause conflict to drive ratings. And it'll clearly drive ratings specifically if there is conflict that arises in any of these conversations. Now, Kody is not going on a tour to say he's sorry. He's going on a tour to apologize. And as you saw in the very beginning of this movie, an apology is different than saying I'm sorry, right? Sometimes you just apologize for the sake of apologizing just to make the other person happy, not because you're actually sorry. I think it would be better for everyone if he didn't apologize because why would he need their apology? They've moved on, right? Yes. Now, Robyn Brown allegedly had to be told about this because, well, she needed to be a part of the storyline. But Robyn has rules for Kody. Apparently, Mykelti said that this would be a requirement for Kody to speak to Robyn about what was about to go down because Kody would be going to hang out with women who he was previously in intimate relationships with, as though there's so much distrust in the relationship between Kody and Robyn. That she thinks that if he were to meet with them, they would try to get him in bed. Check this out. I don't think that he needs to get approval from Robyn to apologize to his kids. I do think that he needs to get permission or okay or whatever from Robyn to apologize to his ex-wives, because they are his ex-wives. He is in a monogamous relationship with Robyn, and he wants to go meet with these other women who he used to be in a sexual relationship with, and he wants to go have one-on-one talks with them. He definitely needs to run that by Robyn, for sure. For sure. He just probably should have a better way of approaching it. Okay, so we know that this is a storyline, right? We know it's a storyline that he's doing an app apology tour. We know that TLC had to set this up because Kody was going to North Carolina, Nevada, and Utah. We know that Kody on this apology tour it's being used to get numbers for the show because it's going to drive conflict. We know that all the seasons and storylines are set ahead of time. Christine outlined in the book that before they even begin shooting for the season, they work with the producers to talk about what they want to film for the year, for the upcoming season. So none of this is random, none of it is real, it's literally for a show. But what I thought was odd there is that she said he needs to have permission or okay if he's going to go speak to and sit down with the women that he was previously in a sexual relationship with, and he needs to do that out of respect for Robyn. And what I thought was funny in that attitude is that the way that she framed it as a sexual relationship. Okay, these are exes that he had long-term relationships with, right? But he has kids with them, right? So my question then is, does that mean anytime he needs to speak with them about anything? Robyn's viewing them as women that he previously had sex with, and so therefore they're a danger. And if you're safe in your relationship and you're secure in your marriage, why would you view the exes as a threat for a sexual purpose? It's assuming that Robyn thinks that Kody is going to try to get in bed with these women. And maybe he would, but it is not going to happen. They're not. Christine's married, Janelle's not interested, and Mary's done. It's all going to be filmed on a camera. But then when it's off camera, is this why Kody's not speaking to the ex-wives because Robyn thinks he's going to try to get them in his bed? Or does he think the women are going to try to get in his bed? Does she still think that he wants to sleep with these women? Is she that nervous in her relationship? These women have made clear they don't want to be with Kody, and he still has kids with them. If you put the women in the context of, I had a sexual relationship with them, you're missing the fact that Christine has 6 kids with him, and she has a minor child with Kody that he's paying child support for. And Janelle has what? 6 kids. 5 that are live. Janelle has a child with, and then Barry has a kid with him. So, they're not co-parents. Is this why Kody made Robyn get rid of Preston and so he could adopt the kids so that he didn't have to think about Robyn having sex with another man, and that if she ever spoke to Preston, Preston would try to sleep with her? I bet you it was. See, this is why I don't think their relationship is going to work long term. Because if your entire relationship isn't built on trust and you are afraid that your man is going to constantly be on the prowl and he needs permission to even talk to people because you think he's going to try to sleep with people. And then that can also be used because it would prevent them from having a relationship with the kids, because she would be like, well, those are women that you slept with, so you shouldn't talk to your kids. It's so complicated. I don't think that Kody and Robyn will ever be really sorry. And I honestly think that if anyone really needs to answer, it's also Robyn. Robyn owes these people so many apologies. McKelly was asked in her Patreon if she thinks that Robyn is solely to blame in the situation, and this is what she said. Madon, I wouldn't say that I don't see Robyn as a problem. I would say that I think that she is partly to blame. I think that my dad is partly to blame. I think that there's a lot of small things that equal into it's all just messed up and sucks. So I wouldn't put full blame on any one particular person, though. I wouldn't do that. There's too many things. So McElty says that there are two people at fault here for Kody's lack of relationship with his kids and for what happened in the split with the family and his continued lack of a relationship with the kids. Something she stated was and got upset about was that when Kody was in North Carolina, which was just recently, she had no clue and she was only a couple hours away from him. And they lived so far apart that she said she felt hurt that he was in North Carolina and didn't let her know. Because she said that if she were in Arizona or if she were in St. George or if she were in Vegas or wherever or in Phoenix, she would let her dad know just so he could see her and the grandkids. Even if they don't have a good relationship, she said she would still make the call and he didn't do that for her. And so it just made her feel hurt. And she sees the issues as a two-way street between Kody and Robyn in what has caused the conflict within the family. She also doesn't think these apologies are real because he has already said that he doesn't want to apologize for anything that he's done wrong or that he's hurt other people for. He only will apologize for what he thinks he did. So, and she doesn't like that he's going out and doing these apologies to make them stop talking about him. So she feels like it's just a way to manipulate them and get them to stop talking and stop being nasty about him. And that's a selfish goal. And then they talked about if TLC would ever foster an apology tour for the kids. And this is what she said. Like, when he gives it to Robyn, I don't want it to be, I'm going to go apologize to them so they can let me go and stop talking trash about me so that I can feel better about myself. I would like it to be, I'm going to go say sorry to them, hold myself responsible, and take the blame for the things I did wrong because it hurt them and I want them to feel better. Whether or not they accept my apology and my accountability for my actions, I want them to understand that I mean it. That's how he should show it to Robyn. I actually agree with her that I think a real apology would be for the person and for acknowledging what you've done and taking responsibility. It's usually not for you. This seems more like a plot and a way to rehab his image so that he doesn't look like such a jerk and so he can apologize for the way that he acted on the show. But when it comes to the Kody and Robyn dynamic, yesterday I posted a video and someone in my comments by the name of Ashley Shortcake left this amazing comment, and I want to just end the video by sharing her thoughts about the dynamic between Kody and Robyn and what her background is. She has a degree in psychology and anthropology. So she said, I'm a psychology and anthropology major. One of the key traits of all narcissists is they lack a sense of self and don't know who they are as people. They lack a true personality. While everyone else was deciding what they like and dislike and were discovering the world and developing, narcs are entirely focused on themselves, how wronged they are, and whatever trauma shaped them that they don't develop properly. So, they never form who they are. They never form their own personality. They just take on traits from people they're around, people they're in relationships with, or from people they think others will like. I've always said Robyn is most obviously a narc, and she dictates what Kody does and has made him a much worse person than he was with the OG3. Robs is very controlling, paranoid, and anxious. Kody used to be much more carefree, but she has made him be paranoid and anxious. She encourages him to be the worst possible version of himself. She's like a cloud of negativity, darkening everything around her. They probably both take on the personalities of others. Kody tries to be like the red pill and manosphere guys he looks up to, and he tries to be the protector Robyn wants him to be. Since Robyn has no friends and doesn't leave the house, she forms her personality around biblical figures. She's the scapegoat so abused by everyone just like Jesus Christ was. She believes the OG wives and the public crucified her. She sees herself as the Virgin Mary deceived by her ex-husband for a decade. She probably compares the sacrifice she had to make by allowing Kody to be with the other women so they could have money and keep the show to the sacrifice Mary witnessed having to see her son crucified. Robyn sees herself as a Jesus-like figure, a martyr far more moral than the rest of us, laughable and pathetic. The key personality features of NPD is feelings numb and bored, and they have shallow emotions, meaning they don't feel things deeply. One feeling narc is the fear of death or getting in trouble, which causes them to engage in thrill-seeking behaviors such as developing addictions. Addictions to shopping or to sex gives them a thrill. Some take drugs or do things like skydiving or committing crimes because of the fear of death gives them a thrill to curb feelings of boredom. Many narcs engage in start or involve themselves in drama or pot stirring as it gives them something fun to do. They often struggle with holding down jobs and personal relationships, especially friendships and relationships. They have a difficult time getting along with people on a long-term basis. They can't admit fault or take any blame because they are black and white thinkers. Thus, they believe that admitting any fault means they are all bad, all wrong, and they can't separate themselves from mistakes. They believe they are entitled to special treatment because they are special people. I'm all heart. I'm an empath. I can see the future. I speak for others. They are very envious of others and what they have. They can become obsessed with what others have, and many engage in competitions to get things from others. They often live in a fantasy world where they may think things like, I want to sit on a porch with my sister wives. I'm a therapist. I can make it safe for others to speak. There was a conspiracy where me and my kids were being plotted against. We were voted off Brown Family Island. They seek admiration and may do things like encouraging adult children to praise them for things like bringing tongs when camping and roasting hot dogs as being a wise mom thing to do, or forcing 26-year-old children to still live at home, not allowing a 23 and 21-year-old daughter to date to keep them at home and to keep this admiration going. I thought that was a pretty astute comment, and I just said that's incredible. Thank you for your insight, and I just wanted to share because I think there's a lot to be said about the influence that Robyn has on Kody. The only thing that I disagree with Ashley is that Kody is worse with Robyn. I don't think that Kody is worse with Robyn. I think Kody is worse than Robyn only in that he seeks Robyn out because she validates and wants the same things that he does. They're both motivated by their outward appearances. They're both motivated by money. And he has already said he views her as a trophy and the epitome of what it means to be successful. Kody views Robyn as the epitome of success. Robyn views Kody as a means to achieving her epitome of success. But Kody himself was not a good guy before Robyn. He wasn't a good father before Robyn. He didn't treat the women well before Robyn. In fact, it's easy for us to say that everything was great before the show, but it wasn't. And I've spoken to many people that knew them before the show. And if you read Becoming Sister Wives, or if you even listen to them talk about life before Robyn, it wasn't all good. If you read Christine's book, you'll know the heartache she went through, the emotional and psychological abuse she experienced. And if you know anything about Kody, is he has always had the rage, and he's always been very controlling. So yes, Robyn is controlling, but also Kody is very controlling too. I think they are different types of narcissists. Kody is a more out there, mala persona. He's someone that is outwardly narcissistic, and anyone that meets him will see this. Anyone in a room with him will know he's a narcissist because he's all about himself. He's all about attention. He wants all the attention on him. He wants all the ass pats and the back rubs and the high fives, and you're the guy. And he's very obsessed with appearance and material wealth and looking a certain way. Robyn definitely is narcissistic. My only caveat here is that so is Kody. And I just feel like when you put the two of them together, and because they have the same motives in life, that's why they create such chaos for the other. And because he's now put his identity in being Robyn's protector, it has fueled all of this alienation with the other women. But equally, Kody also did this to Robyn's ex because he did not want Robyn's ex in his life, because he didn't want any other man controlling the kids or having any say over Robyn, and he didn't want any man talking to Robyn. I mean, Kody does control who Robyn speaks to and who she can have relationships with. So I really liked her point of view about what she said about Robyn viewing herself as a martyr, and she really does view herself in like a Jesus like mold or a Virgin Mary mold. Kody the same way. So you have like an outward like flamboyant narcissist, and then you have a covert manipulative narcissist who's like a dark empath, and that's Kody and Robyn. So, and both of them are vindictive, and both of them have vendettas, and they settle scores, and Robyn 100% creates chaos for fun, and so does Kody, and that's what the apology tour is about. So, that's my opinion. That's Ashley's opinion. Thank you, Ashley, for sharing. And what are your thoughts about her comment? It's on my last yesterday's video. And what are your thoughts about Mykelti's thoughts about Robyn being controlling about Kody and jealous of him possibly having sex again with the ex-wives? Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. And click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, besties.